Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Open Field Podcast, episode 89. Man, we're almost at that 100 mark. We're getting close. We're getting close to it. It's been crazy, but yeah, man. If you guys haven't followed us on Instagram, follow us on the Open Field Podcast, TikTok, the Open Field Podcast, and make sure you guys like the video. But yeah, so we'll start off with a little warm up before we get into the meat and potatoes of what we want to talk about. But there was an article that came out on Sports Illustrated talking about, I don't know the insider because I didn't honestly read it, but I saw the title about how some people are expecting the Cardinals to take a quarterback, especially with the addition of the new head coach, Mike LaFleur. They're thinking that they're going to go in a different direction. This has kind of been a thing that's been happening for the past year, at least, especially at the end of the season. Kyler Murray didn't play. He effectively got shut down again. That's, I think, 2 times in the last 4 seasons or 3 seasons he's been shut down. So number one, do we feel like that they will move on from Kyler Murray? And should they? So we'll start off, should they move on from Kyler Murray? I want B to go. I want B to go after F. Dot and Kenya because that's where we're really gonna get nasty. But F. Dot, as the Kyler Murray respecter, as the truther, is it time to move on?
For the Cardinals' sake, it is. Yeah, I think his time over there is kind of his wraps. But as far as him, his career, I mean, I think another team that's desperate for like a quarterback will definitely take a chance on him because he has like some type of skill set at least that some team's gonna value. A team that's desperate for a quarterback is gonna value. So, but as far as the Cardinals, I definitely think they should look for a quarterback in this draft. It's time to change things up. They need a whole new, fresh face, in their locker room, especially with the new coach and everything like that. So I'm not mad
You
at it.
still think Kyler Murray can be a winning quarterback? You think you can make a run with Kyler Murray in this league?
Uh, I don't know, man. I think it really depends on where he goes specifically. I don't think he's just pure trash. I mean, I still kind of have a little bit of hope for him, but it really depends on where he goes at this point. Like he's not gonna be able to. He has to go somewhere where it's damn near perfect. Like the coach staff has to be perfect, the weapons have to be perfect, O line has to be perfect, and he has to stay healthy at the end of the day. Because a lot of these seasons that he's had has been really health that's been taken away. A lot of his seasons has been, he's been getting injured a lot. So I think that's really it with Kyler. But I mean, we've seen him play good. We've seen him play bad. He's an inconsistent player overall. That's why I say I don't think he's just pure trash. He's just very, 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 very inconsistent, and that is a problem, bro. When you're trying to be a franchise quarterback. So
Yep. For anyone listening, we're talking about Kyler Murray right now. Kenya, do you think that they should move on from Kyler Murray? And do you think that he can be a legit quarterback in this league that you can win with in the playoffs?
Yes, they should move on for him. And no, I do not think that he could be a legit quarterback in this league. Not anymore. I've never been that high on him anyways. I just think he's too limited. His ceiling is not very high either. He can't see over the middle. So that completely limits what an offensive coordinator or an offensive minded head coach can do with him. Even if the situation is perfect. Like Jalen Hurts isn't the tallest quarterback, but he can throw over the middle of the field. And that's just too big of a part of a quarterback's game to just completely take it out of the game script, and then you're pretty much limited on offense. So no, I don't think any team should take a chance on him. I think he should just pick up the clipboard and be a backup quarterback.
Okay. B, go ahead. The floor is yours.
Honestly, he will get another chance. That's no doubt. I mean, if Justin Fields can get a chance, anybody can, honestly, because he is god awful.
Real.
Kyler Murray is at least better than him. I guess. Not by much, but I guess. But honestly, there is no system that Kyler can go to because his type of play is just off script. I mean, that's his strength and nothing else. Off script stuff. Rolling out in the pocket, where he can actually see downfield. It's never gonna be on time, but the off script is his mold. That's his bread and butter. I really don't see where he can go to be successful because again, he's going to need an elite offensive line. He's going to need to grow 2 inches. I think he's past that. What is he, 28 now? He's gonna need like receivers that can tolerate him not delivering the ball on time because that's what he does. But realistically, where could he go? Honestly, where could he go? That's really quarterback
I don't know.
Because every quarterback needy team is going to be the same situation as the Cardinals. I mean, Vegas, you can't go to Vegas. They're not going to want you because they got Mendoza coming. You can't go to the Jets because you'd be in the same situation you are with the Cardinals. Well, honestly, worse because the Jets don't have talent outside of Garrett Wilson. Outside of Garrett Wilson and A.D. Mitchell, who's coming along, he's in his development. They're not going to really have any foundation for him. So it's a lose-lose for all parties. The Cardinals invested in Kyler Murray about 8 years back when they selected him first overall. They invested a lot into him. There were reports that they wanted to take Caleb Williams, but that ended up not happening because, the Bears wanted him and they ultimately couldn't trade up. There were mutters about that, so they had to just stick with Kyler Murray. I think he was the last option. I think they wanted to get rid of him 2 years ago. Didn't happen. So it's just unfortunate. The Cardinals, again, they don't have a franchise quarterback and they're looking for another one. It's just unfortunate, but that's all I got to say.
Yeah, I agree at this point. I think that you have to move on. And I don't think that he could be a starting quarterback that you could like maybe make the playoffs, get like a 9-7 record or 10-7. Like, yeah, if he got on a really good team, like he's not a complete bum, so you can make the playoffs. But I don't think you could make a legit playoff run with him because at the end of the day, you have to be able to make throws down the middle of the field and you have to be on time, on script. And unfortunately, he just can't do that. He's not tall enough. He doesn't have the size. And it's like, if you did try to build a team around him, like, and I'm not comparing him to Lamar, but like where you're trying to really use his legs, I don't think he could do that either because I don't think he could take hits. Like, he's very elusive, don't get me wrong, but he's also not the type of quarterback that you run 10 read options to and you let him go run 5 or 6, 7 times. Because as elusive as you are, like Lamar's super elusive, but if he gets 10 QB runs, he's going to get hit 3 times, and Lamar is able to, not get injured as much, even though he's dealt with injury in his career. Yeah. So, yeah, I really don't see it. And it's also like I'm looking at teams where he could go. Because the thing is, I don't think he could go, obviously there's a lot of teams that have a quarterback that is set, right? And then there's the bottom feeder teams that just don't have a quarterback, but they also suck. And I think both of those teams are canceled out because I don't think he's shown enough in his career for me to be a bottom feeder team and be like, okay, we're going to invest in this guy and build a team around him instead of trying to look for the draft. I just don't see him being like at a top 10 level. And I don't think that you could really do that. So you're really left with a team like the Steelers or maybe a team like the Browns, even though they suck, like they still have enough pieces. Their defense is good enough to where maybe if they had good quarterback play, they'd be good. But I still wouldn't gamble on him either because at the end of the day, he's had good enough seasons to where you can't pay him $30 million, $35 million. You're going to have to pay him enough money to where it's going to be hard to sign any other free agents that are actually meaningful because we're in that, road where, you can get one all-pro year and get $50 million. So, yeah, I agree.
It'll be such a Steelers thing to do if they get Kyler Murray. That is the third quarterback that they've had in 3 years that have the exact same play styles, and it never works.
Yeah, I think that they wouldn't though, because I don't think the Steelers would invest in somebody that's short like that. Like they for traditional tall quarterbacks, you know what I mean? Like that can stay in the pocket and like do their thing because they're always gonna run the same. Let's run the ball and then play action and like that type of stuff. Like that's always what they do. I don't see them transitioning into a dual threat quarterback thing unless they got lucky with the quarterback and then he showed promise and then they really switched it up. But I don't think they would ever do something that John Harbaugh did, which was draft Lamar and then buy in and tailor his team to a Lamar. Because that's something that I'll give John Harbaugh and the Ravens credit for. It's like they were really the only team that bought into Lamar when nobody else did. I think that's probably the best decision that John Harbaugh ever made as a head coach. And I'm not saying he's bad, but you know what I mean. So yeah, we don't have anything else to really say about this topic, right? Okay. All right. So let's move on. So we're gonna do a kind of like a free agency preview where we're gonna talk about the best free agents that are available for this year. We're gonna talk about the best team where we think they could go to. We can also make predictions based off of where we think they're gonna go. So I'll start off with this name, who Kenya's familiar with. We could start off with her for this. Trey Hendrickson is a free agent. I don't know if he's restricted or unrestricted. I'd assume he's in unrestricted because he's been there a long time now. But do we see Trey Hendrickson staying with the Bengals? If not, where do we see him going? Kenny, you could start it off.
No, I don't see him staying with us. It has nothing to really do with money and everything to do with the relationship between him and the front office. That's pretty much been severed because of how they treated him last offseason. But his best landing spot to me is the Colts. I just think that makes the most sense. He already knows Lou Anarumo's defensive scheme. He'll fit right in. But no, he's not staying. I know that I think the rumor is that they want to tag him, but that'll just make things worse. Like they already did that with Teague. It's like 3 times, and we all saw in real time how that relationship was so close to being severed. The way that they were treating him. So no, I think he's gone.
Okay. Also, Kenya, your audio just seems a little bit weird. Can you just come back real quick? Can you leave and come back? I just want to see if that works. Sorry, I just a little bit staticky. But F dot, what do you think about Trey?
I agree with her. I don't think Trey Hendrickson. I don't think he's going to stay there this year. I think he's going to be out. Is there a team? I don't really know. I guess the Colts is a pretty good team for him. I can see the Colts. I can see him staying in division, going with the Ravens. We need somebody on that edge. So I can see us going with a veteran. That's a Raven pick, going like an old veteran guy, a lot of experience. I can see the Cowboys maybe going in and getting somebody like him. They need some edge help. There's a few teams that I think he would look really good in, but his last DC is the DC for the Colts. So I think that would be a good decision if the Colts went and got him.
B?
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
You sound better. Go ahead, B.
I'm about 99% sure he's going to the Colts because for the simple fact that Lou is there, and also the defensive line coach that was with Trey Hendrickson to the start of his career when he was on the Bengals is now on the Colts now. He's a defensive line coach. So I think they're just gearing up to go ahead and get him. If by some miracle that doesn't happen, the only other team I can see him going to is the Cowboys because they need pass rush help, and I can see that happening.
Do you think that like would you take that Trey Hendrickson as a marquee free agent for the Colts? Do you think that is like
I think it'd be a good
move?
I think it'd be a good fit. To pair him with Latu. Latu can't be the main guy right now. He's a little too young. He's still trying to capture his footing in the NFL. I mean, I understand you had 3 picks last year. As a defensive lineman, that's pretty good, but you still kind of need to finish on those reps. And I think Trey Hendrickson can clean up some things. They need some pass rush help, so it'd be a pretty good fit. He's on the back end of his career. He probably has a year or 2 left. So I mean, if you're gonna get value out of him, you're gonna have to get it now. So it's one of those things where you have that's a pass rusher ready right now if healthy. So, and you got to like jump on this right now because if not, you can't keep waiting because he's just getting older.
And that's really a shame too, because it's like the way the Bengals did him with the like constant what's that franchise tag with the franchise tag. And then now what? He's like 30, 31
Yeah.
and he still hasn't actually really gotten like a free agency deal. Obviously, he's got all the money in the world, but it's like, man, that guy is, he's 31.2. That's what they say. But yeah, he's 31, 32. So, I mean, I think if you're somebody like the Colts to where you legitimately feel like you can contend because you never know like what's going to happen next year. But if you're in a position where you think you're going to contend, I think signing him to a 3 or 4 year deal. Look, the last 2, maybe the last year might be a bit of an overpay, but if you can get 2 years like you had Trey Hendrickson the year before last year, if you could get that, I think that's like a really good move. And then the other team that I was looking at, because obviously Khalil Mack's a free agent too, who we'll talk about. I think the Chargers are a team where we could maybe see them doing that too, because it's kind of just like a plug in, let's get another guy on the edge that's not Khalil Mack, somebody else, and that would, their defense is already pretty good. Well, with Khalil Mack, with the gone, who really knows? But I feel like that could be something. And then, yeah, it's tough, like, because I don't know, like, teams like the Chiefs, I really don't know how bad their cap situation and how much they have. I think the Cowboys would love to make a move like this. It'll be interesting. There's just a lot of moving parts. I don't think George Pickens will come back, but it's going to depend on, like, you're going to have to make a decision. You're either going to have to get George Pickens, Javonte Williams, or Trey Hendrickson, like a guy like that. You don't have enough money for both of them. You know what I mean? And if you get Trey Hendrickson, you really can't do anything else that's like marquee with the roster, because your cap is just, you're paying Dak $60 million. You're paying, Dameron Bland like $30 million. Like, you're paying a lot of guys a lot of money. So I think it'll be interesting to see from there. But and then also we can do Tyreek Hill, because that's been a big thing. Obviously, Miami just cut him. He's coming off of like a career-ending level injury. Obviously, I don't know if his career is ending yet, but he's also about to be 32. His birthday's coming up soon. Would you invest in Tyreek Hill? Like, would you give him a 1-year deal? Because at this point, I don't think he has enough leverage to sign a multi. No. Maybe because of who he is, he asked for that. But I think you could get him off of a 1-year, two-year deal. So, B, would you invest in Tyreek Hill at this point? And what team would you think would he fit?
Oh, absolutely. You got to try it out, man. 1 year ain't that bad. If it's an overpaid fine, he's off the books next year. Who cares? Whatever. It's not. You can give him 1 year. Hey, it's Tyreek Hill, for God's sake. You gonna give him something. You gonna try it out. But I think Tyreek has honestly regretted leaving the Chiefs. I don't think he I think he like really believed in Tua, and he was kind of gung ho for Tua ever since he left the Chiefs. Just trying to support his guys and try to be a team player, but we all knew, like, in the back of his mind, he was like, "Damn, I wish Patty was. I wish I was still with Patty." Because they were something special together. That was a special connection. Neither of them have been the same since. I understand Patty won his MVP, won his Super Bowl MVP after Tyreek Hill, but I mean, he just keeps losing receiver after receiver after receiver to free agency, or just lack of talent, or the Rashee Rice situation. We'll see how that unfolds. It's getting pretty nasty right now. I think he's honestly going to go back to the Chiefs. Honestly, I can see it happening.
Yeah, and I think he's also gung-ho about living in Miami, and I think he also was hurt that they didn't invest in him, and they kind of chose Travis Kelce over him, which, I mean, look, Travis Kelce is one of the best tight ends of all time, but at that time, the value of both of them was pretty even at that point. Like, Tyreek Hill was, number 2, number 1 best receiver in the league at that point. But Kenyon, what do you think about Tyreek? Would you invest in him?
Yeah, I would invest like a 1-year deal on him, maybe 2 if I can get that. Obviously, Kansas City sounds cool. That'll be interesting. But I was actually thinking more of like the Commanders to get like a. I think it'd be like right that. Now. Yeah, right now I think he's just better fit to be a number 2 than a number 1, just because of that leg injury. What you don't want to happen is him getting all that attention, and God forbid something bad happens again. Like, that was just a really bad leg injury. So I like the Commanders a lot better than the Chiefs.
Yeah. F-Dot?
Yeah, I agree with everybody. Definitely throw him like a 1 year, give him $5 million, like some $8 million. It might be overpaid, but again, it's Tyreek Hill. He might come back and be, like, if he can be 80% of what he used to be, or even what he was last year. Because last year, honestly, he was playing solid. Like, if it wasn't for Tua getting injured and having inconsistent games, I mean, he had some games on him. Like, he wasn't like washed or nothing.
So, no, absolutely
wasn't.
So, I mean, if he can at least get back to 80%, I mean, I think that helps any team. I like the Commanders. That's a really good pick. I wouldn't be surprised if he went back with the Chiefs. I think the Patriots with just Drake May and his deep ball. I think that would be a really good matchup there with Drake May. A few teams I think that would be really nice. So it's Tyreek Hill though. Yeah, absolutely give him that 1 year deal.
This is one of those things where I think you don't overthink it. And the reason why I say that is because, yes, it is a very big if whether or not he can come back and be 80% because of the injury. But I'm not going to lie, because of that injury, you could get him for cheap because the NFL is a dirty business. Once you get an injury like that at 32, your value tanks. So I think if he could be 80% of what he was, like you were saying, he's a massive difference maker for a team. Would he be like a top 5 number 1 receiver? I think he's like, honestly, if he comes back 80%, he's a top 12 receiver at least, But I think I'm seeing a bunch of teams like, imagine if the Broncos invested. Imagine if, the Chargers still really don't have. Ladd McConkey's nice, but imagine you have Quinn Nelson on one side, not Quinn Nelson, Quinn Johnson on one side, Tyreek Hill on the other, and then Ladd McConkey in the slot. Like that would be nice. A team like Indianapolis, maybe Alec Pierce is gone. We'll get to him, or he's not gone yet, but maybe you swap them. Like there's so many teams that need a guy like this that you could go in. Maybe even the Steelers. Like you have DK there. You get Tyreek Hill on the other side. You're able to put Tyreek Hill in the slot, do something that we haven't seen in a while. And I think Tyreek Hill was not. Like, Tyreek Hill had some really good games last year. Unfortunately, he was on a team that was falling apart with Tua. And at the end of the day, Tyreek Hill had his best year with Tua when he almost won the MVP, or he was in consideration for like a while. But I don't think that Tua is the type of quarterback that can unlock peak Tyreek Hill. And then obviously the Chiefs, but you talked about that. That's pretty. Yeah. QB, his leg exploded. Like, I'm not saying that he could come back at 80%. All I'm saying is, like, to me, you take it. You take a flyer on him based off of how low his value is. What's the worst that can happen? Like, unless you have to actually pay him $30 million AAV, which is what his last contract was, which I guarantee you it's not, because these NFL GMs, they're not, that he's not getting close to that after this injury.
He might get like maybe 10 million, maybe. Like that's if a team really just over. Yeah. Like, he might get 10, 15 maybe. But I really think he's gonna get like a 1 year prove it deal, 8 million. Like what kind of similar to what Odell got with us when we gave him like that 1 year, we gave him that 1 year, 8 million. Like,
man, he might get higher. He might get higher simply due to the fact that Stephon Diggs, he got a little higher. He got some incentives and stuff like that. He might get like a little higher. I don't think he's gonna get bare minimum because it is Tyreek Hill at the end of the day. But I mean, it'll be a team friendly deal to wherever he goes to. You ain't gotta have a lot of cap to sign Tyreek Hill. Even if you're a contender that you don't have as much cap flexibility as other teams. So I mean, he could have his pick of the litter. Honestly, if he wants to win another championship, he can go to a contender.
And I was about to say that's the other thing. Like Tyreek Hill has already gotten his big contract. He got that contract in Miami. That's why he went there, because they were going to give him, because Mike McDaniel went all in and said, I can get the max out of him for this money, which he did for a minute. Honestly, like I do think for a year or two there, he really did get the best out of him. But I think at this point,
so there's no state tax, so he kept all the money he got. So
yeah, that's fair too.
Yeah, facts. I think at this point, like, you have to go. At least if I'm Tyreek, I think that he just goes and tries to win. I don't think that he necessarily is worried about the money. I don't think he will go in and take like a $5 million deal. I think he'll get something out of it, but I think trying to win another championship, I think if he comes back and goes all in and rehabs, I think it's going to be about doing something great again, because we all have seen it. Like Tyreek Hill's dropped in everybody's wide receiver rankings. Like barely anyone's even talking about him as a top 10 receiver. Even before last year, he was already dropping. And then now with this injury, like he's tanked. So I feel like if he's got that competitive fire, he's going to want to go somewhere that's going to win and perform well, so he gets back in those conversations.
I think the Bills would be a good location. I think the Bills is another good one here.
Bills would be a great location. Side note, Jalen Waddle said like 3 months after his injury, Tyreek Hill was like squatting 400 pounds or something.
No. He said two. He said two.
Oh, it was 200 pounds?
And I guarantee. Yeah. No. He said it 2 months after his injury, and I guarantee Jalen Waddle. Yeah, Jalen Waddle is lying his ass off.
You think so? I was like, I don't know if he's telling the truth or not.
He is lying his ass off. This is the classic. I gotta help my boy get to a bag. I gotta help my boy get to the bag. He's lying his ass off. I guarantee.
For sure.
Tyreek Hill was probably squatting 5 pounds. Yeah, he was probably squatting 5 pounds, and he tripped, and he almost hurt himself again. That's probably what happened. I guarantee it. He's lying his ass off. You know, damn well I'm not falling for that.
I think Tyreek Hill is the type of guy that obviously lifts a lot. You could just see it. You could just see it in his build that he definitely is gifted in the weight room. But yeah, 400.
Very bulky guy. Yeah, very bulky. But for it after too much, you blow your leg out, please, man.
Yeah,
you could barely.
He probably is. He probably is a leg day demon though. He probably is a leg day demon with the speed and the size of his legs because he's got some trunks on his legs.
No, even like his build, he's a very stocky 5'10". Like he's a very stocky 5'10".
Yeah, he's jacked. He's jacked. Like
very
his
put
arms
together
too.
Very put together.
100%. All right, let's see if there's anyone. Okay, I'm just going by AAB here. Okay, so let's talk about Khalil Mack next, and then we have like 2 more names, and then I'm gonna probably maybe 3 more, and then we can just do like a sleeper, a guy that we like within this class and like where we think he could go. But we can do Khalil Mack. Like, you know, at this point, Khalil Mack's 35 years old, right? And yeah, he's had some injury history. I still think Khalil Mack is a really good player, though. Like, I still think that he is an effective player, and going to a team like could make a whole lot of difference. So who did I start?
Shout out Khalil Mack, man. Shout out Khalil Mack.
Yeah, but you go ahead.
Again, for 3 different fucking franchises, man. He had double-digit sacks. He played it well again last year. Shout out Khalil Mack. I don't know why I'm getting this type of vibe that he's gonna go to the Packers or something. I have that type of vibe with him. I think he's gonna go to the Packers. I don't know. It's just a feeling for me.
Would that be the best edge room in the league?
Yes.
Khalil Mack, Rashawn Gary.
It'd be the most unfair edge room in the league.
Yeah.
It'd be good for him. They wouldn't have to lean on him as much. He could get some rest. He can just go in some packages where he's just rushing the quarterback. I think that'd be good for him.
I like the Panthers.
Also, wait, Kenyon, before you go, also everybody who's watching right now, drop a like on the video. You know, that's how we grow. That's how we get better. Good to see everybody here. Kenyon, you go ahead now. My bad.
I was gonna say I like the Panthers because they desperately need edge help, like desperately. But because he is 35, he may be carrying a very big load over there, like a very big one. Where is he? I'm sorry. Yeah, the Rams wouldn't be that bad of a location. The 49ers too. I think the 49ers would be a great location for him.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Wherever he goes, he doesn't need he's gonna I guarantee you this is what it's in his mind. He's 35 years old, never won a ring. He's thinking, I need to go somewhere where I can contend and where these young bulls ain't gotta lean on me like that. Because I'm 35 years goddamn old.
That's why I was just about
this is a young man's game. I do not lean on me like that. I want to just help. Don't I want to help a little bit. I don't need to help a lot. I need to help a little bit.
I definitely agree. I think he should definitely go somewhere where it's like, you know, that D line's already damn near dominant. Like the young guys already,
and they just need a little juice.
Yeah, just a little juice.
Yeah,
just a little help on that edge help. He's no more like, you know, he's not the guy no more. Obviously, I don't even think he's like
ain't no spring chicken.
Like, he ain't even a second guy. Like he used to be like that third, fourth guy who can come in and be that experienced guy, and then lean, and then, you know, drop the game on the younger guys, man. Like he has a lot of experience in this game, and he's been a great edge. I low key think he's been low key underrated these last few years, in my opinion.
Underrated as shit.
Nobody's been really talking about him, and I think he's been pretty solid. So shout out to Khalil Mack.
Yeah, he's special.
So yeah, this is the thing that I wanted to like. And I'm not disagreeing that like I think like putting him in a DeMarcus Ware in Denver role where he's the second guy with like an elite guy, that would be the best. But like if I was Dallas, I'd really be trying because you get a guy like Trey Hendrickson, right? You're gonna have to spend the rest of the cap that you have left. So I'm not saying I think that would be good for us, but we have so many holes on the defensive side that it's like just one guy. We're not gonna go from like bottom 3 defense to a mid defense because of one guy or like a defense you could actually win with. But you get a guy like Khalil Mack, you get signed into a year, maybe a 2-year deal. And if you could get the same type of season that he's had the last 2 or 3 years and he stays healthy, like, I mean, he could legitimately still be, in my opinion, a number 1 edge rusher. I do think that like he's not going to be like a top 5, top 10 edge rusher for sure, but I still think he's the guy that can like make a legit difference and get you sacks. And then Melly's talk about the Bears. Like, I think obviously he fits with the Bears. Like, if I was the Bears, I'd probably be trying. But the thing is, it's like y'all traded him for a freaking Diet Pepsi and a Coke in his prime. Like, I don't know if he'd want to come back to Chicago after that, bro. Because I just looked it up because I couldn't remember if they traded him or not. And they traded him for a 2022 second round pick and a 2023 6th-round pick.
Wow.
Like,
Wait, what was the second team you went to before the Chargers again?
Bears.
Oh yeah,
Bears, Raiders. I thought they went to Raiders.
No, he was on the Raiders first, then he went to the
Oh.
Bears.
Raiders and Bears. I forgot. Yeah. Raiders
Wait. They got him for a second round in the 6th?
wait.
Are you sure?
Mel, you might be right because I looked this up on. Oh wait. He was traded from.
He was traded from the Raiders,
And he was on the Raiders, and he went to the Bears.
Yeah.
No,
then
it's.
he left the Bears and went to.
There's no way. I feel like they gave up
I
a
forgot.
first
I thought he
and a
was on the
second.
Bears first. I'm tripping.
No, he was
I
on
was
Raiders.
thinking of.
He was on
Okay, yeah,
Raiders.
that's my bad. Casual Mike's coming out right
And I
now.
was like, wait,
But
yeah, Raiders.
I think he still did get traded because I looked up and it said that he got traded from LA. But I was thinking of the Raiders. Yeah, the Raiders traded him, and I think they actually got a decent package back for him. But yeah, I okay, so I switched that
Had
up.
to,
No,
ain't
he
no
could
way.
definitely go to the Bears because that trade wasn't as bad because it was 2022. Like he was still really good, but he wasn't like prime Khalil. Because everyone knows on the Raiders, Khalil Mack was like something out of a movie, bro. He was different, bro, back
Khalil
then,
Mack
and he
was
still was
different.
great on the Bears. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
Was Max
yep,
Crosby
casual
with them too?
Cowboys fan, baby.
Nah.
Nah,
This
This
no.
was way before Max. This was way
Yeah,
before
it
Max.
was way
Oh.
No, this was, dude, he got drafted in what, like 2017, 2018 or something?
wasn't
He
that
might have
a
got
little bit
drafted.
earlier?
No, I
That
think it was
doesn't sound that long ago.
2016. I think it was
Was it
2016.
2016, yeah.
Yeah,
2016.
yeah.
I wanna say.
Yeah, and he was one of those guys who was like year 2, he was already like.
Or was it
freaking top
2014?
5.
Hold on. Let me look.
It was like
Might have
2015.
been
I
before
swear
that,
it was
yeah.
earlier than 2017 for sure. Like
Oh.
he been in the league for a minute.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
2015, right? Yeah, I knew it was 2015.
Yeah, and he was one of those dudes that got drafted top 10 in the MAC West, which is crazy. Not a lot of people get drafted that
Lil
high
Mac is
coming
really
out.
Never mind. I think it was 2014. Shit.
Oh, 2014.
Wait,
Yeah.
Yeah,
he been in the
yeah,
league
I'm
for a
tripping.
minute, man. He been in the league for a minute. I know
I'm
that.
tripping, man. I'm
He's
tripping.
all the
That's on
quarterbacks.
me.
Damn.
I take accountability for that. Let me wait. Where's this list at? Because I'm trying. Okay, so this is another one that I wanted to talk about. Braden Smith. Okay, one of the best tackles in the league, right?
Mm.
About to turn 30. 8 years in. B, would you bring him back to Indianapolis?
Nah, he ain't coming back. We already got his replacement handy because he was injury riddled last year, and we got this 5th rounder kid, Travis something, and he's been balling out. So yeah, bye. Bye.
That's fair.
That's one thing Indianapolis can do. They can draft.
They can draft a guard.
They can draft some old linemen. I tell you that they keep an old lineman. They keep a good old lineman. Indianapolis always rolling good centers and tackles and guards out of the door. They don't need them. We already got your replacement.
That's their bread and butter.
But his play has been on the backslide, but he can still contribute to a team that's a contender. They can go to the Pats or who else could use his services?
Is he a tackle? He a tackle?
Yeah, he's a
right?
tackle. He's a tackle. Right tackle.
Oh yeah, we need him. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we need him.
He could go to the Ravens. He can go to the Chiefs. Just some O line. Some guys that need some O line help.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
we-
I think the injury issues are like pretty concerning, but I can't lie. Like, if you need O-line help in, I don't know, like maybe a team like the Steelers, something like that. I mean, I don't know if they'd go out and make a move like that because they don't really. But like, what's other teams that need? I mean, the Bengals, but the Bengals are bled
No, we're
dry
good.
off of.
Man,
You're good?
we
No, we're
need-
good on center. We're good on center. We're good. We're good.
We need
No,
a
he's a
right
tackle.
Oh no,
Right
we're good on
tackle.
that too. We're good on that too. Amarius Mims is. I love Amarius Mims.
Daniel Falele is still our right tackle. We need
Yeah, yeah. You could have him. You could have him.
Oh yeah,
ASAP.
that's good. Yeah, 100%. Dude, honestly, I think a lot of teams like unless you have a legit left
Texans?
tackle, right tackle, should be considered. Yeah, the Texans for
the
sure,
Texans
for sure.
is a good one, too.
I'm on the couch.
Texas
They can
for
sign
sure,
me.
for sure.
Shit. I know I can do better. I know I can do better than that.
We look terrible out there, but we'd fight harder than what some of them are doing.
Yeah.
They're just giving up. The Chargers, they could use all the offensive line help they can get, even
But
though
that's-
the two best
but
players are
they
injured.
are-
They had a good O line. They just
Yeah, they
got
don't-
They just,
no,
for
they
depth
Those guys are
reasons.
injured. Yeah.
For depth
they don't-
reasons,
that's
yeah.
cool. That's cool.
But they don't need tackles though.
Joe.
You already have Joe all in Slater. You invested too
Slater-
much in your tackle room to go out and get a
They
I ain't
guy.
gonna lie, man. The way that team gets injured, I'm cool with depth. I ain't gonna lie, man.
Yeah, I'm just
Cool
saying
with
for
that.
depth reasons, dude. That
You can-
no.
You can get depth, but not somebody who's gonna want as much money as Braden Smith would. Then you're just kind of like,
He's
I don't know if
very-
the ROI makes sense.
Them trainers for the Chargers need to get fired like yesterday. I mean, I'm talking
strength conditioning.
from Joey Bosa to Mike Williams to
Yeah.
Justin Herbert's had some injuries. Fucking Joe Alt had some injuries. Fucking
San Fran, the whole
yeah.
San Francisco 49ers team got
like,
some
my
questions about
God,
their
man.
trainers.
What's up with their training staff?
What is
bro?
going on
Get
there in
that shit
LA,
together.
bro?
Do these niggas not stretch?
Yeah,
I don't understand.
them strength and conditioning coaches just be like
Right.
twirling their fingers or something.
Fuck me,
bro. I don't
man.
know what
Yeah, I'm
they
telling
do.
you, them boys ain't doing nothing out there.
Man,
Get the check.
Terrible. Them injury bugs is a serious thing, bro. It
Bro.
like it take over a whole.
I don't know what's up what's up with the water in California, but damn,
Man, I know. I remember our year in 2020, 2022, I think 2021. bro.
nasty.
2011 was.
Oh, isn't Lindenbaum a free agent too? The center
Yeah.
Lindenbaum.
Yeah, he is.
He was. He
I don't
was,
know, man.
he was
I
pretty
hope
shitty. He was pretty shitty. That last. No, not the playoff game, but the win in. The winner go home regular season game.
yes.
He was pretty shitty. I'm not gonna lie to you.
But he's
But
good though.
Still,
I'm
still
like,
a
he
good
elite.
player. Still,
Yeah,
still
he's
good
a elite player,
Yeah.
bro. He's one of the better centers.
Hopefully get him back. Getting a new center sucks.
we're
I'm not
gonna
gonna lie.
need that. We're gonna need
Center
that.
is not easy to replace.
It's
That's-
not, bro.
Yeah,
It's super hard to replace.
that's kind of like one of your quarterback's best guys.
Absolutely.
Your quarterback's most important people, obviously, is left tackle. That's your blind side. Second most important is definitely the center. Honestly,
For sure.
if you know, you know.
For sure.
Yeah. I'm trying to like. There's really no other marquee guys. This is okay. I'll lay out some names and then like if you guys want to talk about them, we can talk about them. So we've got Mike Evans. We've got Travis Kelce, Jonah Williams, Joel Batonio. Like I mean, like there's nothing like crazy ridiculous.
Wait, isn't what you call a free agent?
Who?
Him. The tight end for the Ravens. I forget his
Isaiah
name.
Likely, yeah, he gone. He not
Likely
coming back.
likely is
Okay, that's
likely. That's a hot
Likely
pick.
gone, man.
That's a
It's
hot
so
pick, man.
unfortunate, man. Like I wish we just mismanaged Likely so bad, bro. And we
I mean, you
paid-
had to pay Mark Andrews.
But we shouldn't have paid Mark Andrews, though. That's the point. He hasn't been good the last 3 years. And Isaiah Likely has shown he's a young guy who's shown he has a certain skill set that is very much valued in this league as a receiving tight end. Like, we should have let go Mark, man. We should have been like, thank you, Mark, for everything. Go to the free agency. Let's load up with the young guys. Let's finish out this last 2 years of Lamar, bro. Like, that's how I feel like we should have did. Now, Isaiah Likely's going to go somewhere, and I promise you, he's going to blossom. He's going to probably be one of the better tight ends in this league, wherever he goes. So, shout out to him.
After I'm gonna tell you something. Lamar Jackson is in the top 5, so quit your bitching. All right.
Bro,
Somebody
but
else,
still, though,
somebody
like,
else needs him.
But
All
listen,
right.
though,
So he need no.
we
I don't want to hear.
already, but Brandon, we already lack weapons, bro. So now it's just like we have to let this weapon that we know can be one of those guys in this league go leave the building now and go somewhere else. And I know for a fact he's gonna go crazy.
Mark Andrews is solid, and Zay Flowers
He's
is pretty solid.
Mark
Draft
Andrews
another
is
guy and let it go. I don't want to hear it.
He's
Now he needs to go.
32.
I'm
He's
gonna tell you
been there
something.
for 3
Yeah, he is
years,
32,
bro.
but no. Last year he was decent. He was decent red zone
injuries,
threat.
bro. Like I love Mark, man, but shit,
He was never the same after that injury he had.
no, he
3 years
wasn't.
ago.
After
Never the
2022.
same. But he's still good. He's still good.
No, he's still good. I respect Mark. You know, he's good in the run game and stuff like that, but he's not explosive he used to be, bro. And Isaiah likely is, bro. He's younger.
Yeah, but
Kenya, wait, hold on. Kenya, come back. I think you're the one because there's some sort of echo in the background. I don't know. Wait, hold on. Let me see. Somebody talk right now.
yeah.
Yo.
All right, now somebody talk again.
Yo.
Oh, it's gone. All right, so maybe it's not. All right, you're good. Yeah, no, Isaiah is big. The problem is I'm looking at the list and it's based off of AAV, so there's guys that I'm not seeing because obviously likely his AAV is like under 10 million. But no, yeah, I think Isaiah Likely is in that weird situation where it's like you've got a guy that's good enough and getting enough money to where you kind of have to stay behind him, and he's so tall and so big, it's like hard to put him in the slot because it's just like he's not he's just not like that type of tight end that's like a Travis Kelce, which like crazy elite route runner, and then you put in at tight end, he's more of a big body who is really good yak. And I think he could do better running, but it's hard to put both of them on the field at the same time unless you're running heavy run sets, which I feel like they do, but they also just run the ball a lot with Derrick Henry. So it's like they just don't use him as much as they should. I think he's on the field a lot, but they don't use him as much as he should, I feel like.
We mismanage them for sure, man.
I mean, any team, like, it's interesting because we're not getting specific on the teams, but it's like, dude, any team that needs a tight end, like, why would you not try? Like why would you not try?
I honestly want him to go to I honestly want him to go to Tennessee. Cam Ward could use a weapon. He needs a best friend. He needs Isaiah Likely. Isaiah Likely is going to get him out of that damn poverty that he's in right now. That poverty franchise. The Tennessee really needs to do.
I like what Tennessee is doing right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
man. I like Robert Saleh hiring, and he said he's calling the defensive plays this time. He's not going when he was the head coach for the Jets. He didn't call the defense. He said this year he will be. And then they went and got Brian Daboll OC, and Daboll loved Cam Ward coming out of college. So I think
they need to spend some money because that roster is atrocious.
That's all they gotta do now, Brandon.
I want them to get Alec Pierce too. I want them to get Alec Pierce as well.
Alec Pierce would be nice.
Ain't gonna happen.
You think Alec Pierce is staying?
The coach said even if they can't work out a deal, they tagging him. He ain't going nowhere. Yeah, you ain't getting Alec, baby. Sorry.
Okay, that's the guy that I was gonna.
Oh, Pitts is still around too.
That's the guy that I was gonna talk about.
Oh, Kyle Pitts, that'd be nice.
Yeah,
but I like Isaiah Likely over Kyle Pitts because I think, and it's not like I don't think that Isaiah Likely is better today, but I think that Isaiah Likely has a higher ceiling. And I think that if he hits his ceiling, dude, the amount of money, if you sign Isaiah Likely to a multi-year deal and he hits the ceiling in year 2, how good that would be one of the best contracts in the NFL. That's why it's just such a perfect situation to where if he doesn't come back with Baltimore, that's the type of guy that has a high ceiling that hasn't had a lot of production in his career. So he's not going to be asking for a crazy amount. You might have to pay him a good amount of money. But if he hits a ceiling, like it'll be a ridiculous efficiency.
Isaiah Likely, honestly, his play is the closest thing I've ever seen to like Aaron Hernandez type. Don't cancel me. I'm just talking about his play.
He's very athletic though, bro.
Yeah. Like Isaiah Likely catches just like Aaron Hernandez does. His run after catch is just like Aaron Hernandez is. They have the equal amount of athleticism. You saw what he did in New England with Gronk. But he could have led his own team on being a tight end because Gronk was like a top 3 tight end at the time, and Aaron Hernandez was like a top 6 tight end at the time.
Well, rookie year, Aaron was more productive.
Yeah, Aaron was one of them guys. So I think Isaiah Likely fits that mold. They're not the biggest guys in the world, but they are. They do know.
Is Isaiah Likely like?
I think he's about 6'1", 6'2".
Nah, likely.
I thought he was 6'5".
He's like 6'4", 6'5".
Ah, yeah, he's tall.
Yeah, he doesn't move like it. I tell you that he doesn't move like it because he's very athletic. He's very athletic. Isaiah Likely is one of those guys that he can really hit the ground running. Yeah, he can really hit the ground running. I think he's special.
Where do we think Max Crosby goes?
I think he stays with the Raiders. I think he stays with.
I think he should go. Wait, let me preface this. I think he should go anywhere but the Oakland Raiders. I think he should move on. I think Max Crosby, he wants to be considered like a Raiders great. Like he wants to stay in one place and like, you know, be consistent. So when you talk about the best defensive players in the Oakland Raiders, you can put his name up there. But gang, your career's just gonna get flat out wasted. Max Crosby is not young either. Like he really got to like this top 5 level in the last 3 or 4 years, but people don't realize like his first 2 or 3 years he struggled because he had those alcohol issues. So it took him a minute to get to that point. Like I think he's 28, 29, like he's almost 29. At his 30s.
He's almost 29.
Yeah. So if I'm him, dude, I'm getting out of there. Like I'd love to see Max Crosby in Dallas, and I think he's better than Trey Hendrickson. So like I would break the bank and basically have no other ability to sign anyone else but Max Crosby, and then we can address the draft needs in the draft. But yeah, like I don't know. I feel like he'll stay with the Raiders, but it's like, dude, because everything that Max Crosby says about the Raiders is, you know, I trust the process. I trust this. I trust that. It's like, what have they ever done for you to trust them? They had since the year 2000, well, not the year 2000, but since the Tuck Rule game, okay, they basically have been good in 2 seasons because of Derek Carr, Amari Cooper, and Khalil Mack, and they immediately got rid of 2 out of those 3, and then Derek Carr broke his leg, unfortunately, and was never the same after that. Yeah. So it's like, I don't know. I'm just like, dude, I just feel like he needs to get out of there, dude. Go move somewhere else. Go somewhere where you can actually win, bro. Like Max Crosby in Baltimore, Max Crosby in Dallas, Max Crosby in LA.
I hate to be that guy, but I'm one of those guys that's happy that a shitty franchise has like one of those God level guys and just won't won't come up off of him, won't do it. I'm one of those guys because I like that the NFL keeps balance. I like balance, dude. I like a poverty franchise going, no, fuck you. I'm not gonna help you out. He's staying with me. Yeah. He's staying with me, nigga. I'm gonna have about 3 or 4 kids with him. He's staying with me, damn it.
Hey, Brandon, I know you can have him when he's like 40.
I'm gonna stay with him. I'm gonna ruin him.
Can I counter that though, real quick? Because you know what the problem is with that is then we start having guys like Andre Johnson and AJ Green. Well, AJ Green, they were decent when he was there, but especially Andre Johnson, where now you just get underrated because you were never on a team that made really any playoff runs. So you weren't able to showcase. And when it comes to the casual fan, you got to showcase your skill in big moments because that's what people actually see. You know, not everybody's watching Andre Johnson tape. Not everybody's watching Andre Johnson's Texans games, you know. So I think obviously like Andre Johnson's like not super, super underrated, but like he is underrated though. You know, a lot of people would not have him in their top 15 and their top 12 of all time, even though he's most certainly a top 15 receiver, in my opinion. I mean, he's definitely. So I think that's the only issue I have with that is like, if the Raiders just suck forever and like Max Crosby turns 33, 34, and he's like, all right, he just isn't as good. And it's like, all right, I'm out. You know, people are not going to talk about Max Crosby in 10 years like they would Micah or, you know, the guys that he's on par with right now.
Yeah, dude, the casuals won't. But fuck the casuals. I don't care about casual fans anymore. I'm sorry. They shoot their fucking mouth off. Don't know what the hell they're talking about. I don't give a fuck about fuck casuals.
Twitter.
I hate. If you ever want to see football talk, don't go on Twitter. Yeah, but don't go on Twitter.
I hate Twitter. I got off years ago.
To guys that know the game and know the game of football, you understand that Max Crosby is special, and for him to do that by his lonesome on a crappy. I mean, they're bad with him, but Max Crosby makes that much of a difference. We all know how special this man is. You know, it did take a little while for his career to get going, but now, you know, he's like the second or third best pass rusher in the league. He's special. I mean, it is what it is, man. Finish out your career in Vegas. I mean, it's a beautiful city. So, hey, I'm cool with it.
Yeah, I just think there's just so like Max Crosby is one of those guys that he could turn the Ravens into a borderline, not maybe not elite, but a top 10 defense just by him being there. Like in my opinion,
He'd make a huge impact. He'd make a huge impact
because he's the type of guy that's like I think that like a guy like Michael Parsons is better in the pass, but I don't think it's that much. And then his motor and the stuff that he does in the run is like such a difference maker. And like I don't know if he went to Baltimore, it'd be interesting because I think they run 3-4. So it'd be interesting like
3-4
where he'd play.
We'd be elite, bro. And Minter be cooking, man. Minter,
you could put him in the line sometimes. You could put him at outside linebacker on rushes. Like it would be insane because I think he naturally was an outside linebacker coming in. I don't know for sure about that.
But would be crazy. It'd be nice.
Yeah. Okay. So I think we've gone through the main crowd. Let's do one more. This guy isn't as
though. Y'all think Kyle Pitts stays?
Yeah, let's talk about Pitts. Good call. So, F. You could just go ahead and talk about Kyle Pitts because you brought him up first.
I do think Kyle Pitts will stay in Orlando, but I would be intrigued to see him go. Maybe somewhere else, somewhere that needs a tight end. I don't know how the Chiefs are feeling about Travis.
Huh?
Did Travis say he's coming back this year, or is he?
I hope not. I'm tired of him.
He sucks. I would like to see the Chiefs actually go after him, though. I really would.
I have to see Taylor Swift one more time. I'm going to throw up. Get rid of him.
Give Mahomes some weapons again, man.
Them Swifties are going to attack you, just so you know.
I don't care.
Be prepped for that. Be prepped for that.
They do not scare me. They are not scary as they like to think they are. They're the dumbest people on the planet. No.
Just saying on Twitter, I made one tweet that Beyonce was a little overrated, and it was on my head. So go ahead, though. If I'm sorry.
Nah, you said Beyonce overrated.
It was on my ass about that.
I can see him. The Chiefs, the Titans. We brought up the Titans earlier. I think the Titans would be solid.
Please, God, give Cam Warren something, man.
Give Cam Warren some help. Even though Kyle Pitts is real, like, iffy in the regular season. I don't know, man. Like, he shows up sometimes and he don't. I don't know. Maybe he needs to just leave Atlanta and just go somewhere else.
I think he needs to be the focal point at this point.
The focal point, yeah. Maybe that's
I think he needs to be the number one option. You get a bunch of B- receivers, and he needs to be the guy that's getting the ball. Like,
he's so talented, bro. He's too talented not to be,
Maybe he's just he was just shaded in that offense, and you had Bijan, you have because Bijan catches like 7 passes out of the backfield. You got Drake.
Before the Drake and Bijan and all them boys came, like his rookie year, he had a great rookie year, and then like his second year was like, eh. Then his third year was like, eh.
Dude, you gotta put into context. He had Desmond Ridder. Come on now.
Oh shit, I forgot. You're damn right.
You can't cook with him. You can't cook with him.
You're right.
You can't cook with him. Like,
I take that back. You're right. You're absolutely right. I take that back.
Yeah, I think Kyle gets a lot of flack because of how highly touted he was coming into the league and like supposed to be like, the best tight end in the league, like all that stuff. And I think I think people underrate him almost of how good he is now. And I think if I'm the Falcons, I would bring him back because he hasn't put enough production up yet to like warrant like paying him like an insane amount of money. He's still going to get top tight end money, but I think like he's good enough and he's still 25. It's like he could incrementally improve to the point where it's like,
Jesus.
Yeah, like is he gonna hit that top 3 tight end in the league? Like, I don't know. I think also like a lot of the stuff has to do with like Drake London ascending, Bijan ascending, as you said, and then if you want to have all 3 of those guys popping off, you're gonna need a quarterback that can actually play football. And the way Michael Penix has looked is not looking good. Like you need an elite quarterback that's going to actually throw for 43 to 4,500 yards for both of those guys to get off at the same time. And then you also have Bijan who needs the ball 20 times a game, who also safety valve as a receiver. So it's like, There's a lot of moving parts. If I'm them, I'm keeping him because it's just like, what are you going to do any better? Like, what's the avenues to get a tight end? Are you just going to say screw tight end? Like, let's invest in the receiver. Like, I just feel like there's some situations where the grass isn't always greener, and it's like he's good enough to stay put, and you could still be legit. The biggest problem is the quarterback at this point.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, when it comes to Kyle Pitts, I want him to leave just because of the quarterback. I'm not high on Michael Penix Jr. at all. I would love to see him at the Chiefs too. He needs an elite quarterback, and he'll be the number one option. Yeah, he'll pretty much be the number one option over there. I would also like to see Breece Hall over there, but I don't think it's out of the realm of possibilities that Kyle Pitts finds his way into a top 3 conversation. I don't think that's out of the realm of possibilities, and it's only because a lot of the elite tight ends in the league now have either fallen off, got injured, have gotten written out of the offensive scheme, like Laporta over there in the Lions. So that the door is just wide open for who wants to be 1, 2, and 3 at this point.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Like, all right. So here's what we'll do now. So we'll talk about 1, 2, actually as many as you want. Just sleeper guys that like aren't like the best guys in the world. That actually before we do that, wait. Let me just say, if I'm any team, I'm putting a do not contact marker on Trayvon Diggs. I'm sorry, bro. Absolutely no chance. Unless I can get him for $5 million. Okay? But if he's asking for $15, $20 million, it's an absolute no, man. And like, all respect to Trayvon Diggs, bro. I'm not even trying to slander you. Like, I don't know you as a person. I don't know like anything like that. But when you talk about on the field, bro, it might really be over, bro. Like I said this on Player's Choice last time I was on. I was trying to talk about it. I think Trent asked me if he was washed. And I can't lie, like the more that I watch and the more that I look at, I feel like he is, bro. Because he's never been, I'm going to lock you down, I'm going to play press coverage, and I'm going to track you down with your agility. He's always been an off coverage, off coverage zone guy, and I'm going to bait you. But the thing about that is like, even if you're playing off coverage, you still have to be able to run with these receivers to where you can actually bait and make it look like that they're going to beat you and then recover back. And I think this whole season, he just can't even run with these receivers anymore. Like, it's not even about like his lack of agility and lack of being keeping up. His straight edge speed is gone. Like, I saw Xavier Legette beat him on a double move because he's so worried about, well, number one, he's worried about jumping the pick, but he's so worried about trying to get there and break up like a hook because his agility is gone and he can't really run like he used to, that he's just overreaching. And then, you know, Xavier Legette beats him on a double move. Like, it's just absolutely brutal to watch. And I don't know. I think it's over for him. Do you guys have anything about Trayvon or?
Oh yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I think he also, like, I feel like his instincts, man, like, I don't know, his instincts, I feel like used to be better earlier in his career. Like, he was very on point with that, but no, he lost it. I think the injuries just kind of like cooked him a little bit. Like, he doesn't have the same athleticism. And then, like, I don't know if his drive is there. I don't know what he's doing in the off seasons and what he's doing, you know, his work, you know, working out and training and all that stuff. But I don't know if he has it. Even when he went to the Packers, like, he still didn't look good. Like,
and he got cut. He got cut, bro. And they didn't pay anything for him.
Yeah. So I don't know about Trayvon, man.
But I think the instincts is really just he doesn't have that straight edge speed anymore. And he was never the fastest guy, but it's like when you're so worried about not being able to track with the receiver to the point because you're not quick enough or fast enough, you lose that comfortability. And now you're just way more prone to like biting on double moves and just biting on stuff. And it's like, it's just an issue. Like, I do think I think he had 2 ACL injuries. Like, he had 2 really serious injuries back to back. And that's a big part of it. And, you know, maybe next year he comes back and he regains some of that speed. I feel like there's a chance that he dropped too far, but like, I just can't I just can't. Like, I would sign him for $5 million for him to be cornerback 3, but I'm not gonna lie, guarding the boundary, bro. Like, it was like every single receiver was cooking him, dude. Like, I don't think he had one good game. So,
No.
yeah, I'm saying no. Ken,
Except
did
for
you
the
have
first
anything?
one. I was just gonna say, except for the first game.
Oh, you are right. The first one, he was good. The first one, he was good. No, you are right about that. You are right about that. He was good in the first one. But yeah, after that, it was just so far downhill. It was.
I will say,
ridiculous.
don't be shocked that his brother gets cut or released too, and his is more.
I think Stephon already did. I can look it up.
He did.
I'm pretty sure he did.
He got cut by Pride though.
That
Off
might have
the
been
field
fake
issues.
news.
Off the field issue though. The
Oh,
off
off
the
the
field
field
stuff.
stuff. Oh yeah.
The off the field stuff it's too much for any organization. Like I don't care. It's your personal life, but when your personal life is just as humiliating as it is right now, I don't know if the Patriots are gonna just keep him around with some of
Yeah,
these.
they haven't cut him yet, but I think they're considering it.
Yeah.
I think they're considering it. But yeah, I must.
I think another team would pick up Stephon though, because he actually had a pretty solid year this year with the Pats.
Look, at the end of the day, if you can produce, bro, the NFL does not care
Yeah, they
about
don't
what
care
you
about
did off the field. It's only when you become washed, and that's not a good way. That's not like a good way to go about it, but that's really how it is.
That's the
bro.
truth. I mean, it's the
Once
truth.
the production is gone, then the morality kicks in. Before
Yep.
that,
for sure.
they don't care. But I just want to shed off some names, and then you guys can shed off any more names you have. I think a guy like Christian Kirk would be like a really, really nice player for any team. I think Christian Kirk had a pretty solid year in Houston. In the playoffs, he was pretty good. And he's 29, 30 years old. He's got the straight edge speed. He's got decent agility. He's not going to be wide receiver 1, but as a wide receiver 2 for certain teams that don't have that, like I think that he could be something nice. I think who was I saying? Oh yeah, DJ Reader, really good defensive tackle. I think that's a guy that people won't notice. He signs somewhere and he becomes a real difference maker for a team. And I think that's what it comes down to about free agency. Obviously, the marquee guys are going to be like, the ones that everyone talks about. But if you look even with Seattle, like you look at the moves in between the margins, not the backups or like the worst players, but those middle guys that aren't the best players. That's the kicker. That's really what sets you apart. So
and their draft as well. I mean, like if you can hit on like those like role player free agency guys who are like really good start, like they're not the top of the top, but they're really good starters in the league, and then you get hit in the draft, like you can have a really good season, man. Like that's definitely.
100%.
I think Devin Lloyd for me is a guy, the linebacker with the Jags. I think he had a really good year last year. He's a free agent. I'm pretty sure the Jags would probably bring him back, but if they don't, there's a lot of teams that need linebackers. So I think he could be he's gonna get paid this year for sure. He's gonna be a big bag this year. He had a great year last year. He's one of the better linebackers in this league. So I think Devin Lloyd would be up there.
Yep.
I have a few names actually. Mike Evans, I would say he needs to go to the Bills if he wants to have another chance to at least perform in the playoffs. I think he may have, 32 now? He may have a year or two left, maybe. That's a name. Reed Blankenship, also another name, safety from the Eagles. If he hits the free agency, the Arizona Cardinals is a good fit. I also think the Bengals would be a pretty good fit. He's pretty athletic, and he has like 9 interceptions, I think, in his career. So I think that's a good pickup. Also, Juwan Jennings, who's one of my favorite, like low-key, one of the most underrated wide receivers in the league. I think he would be a great fit for the Panthers, just because when Bryce Young is in, like, if you desperately need like a first down or like it's a fourth down situation and you need to throw it up to somebody and they always come up in those like situations consistently, Juwan Jennings is that person. Is that guy you go get.
Dang. Y'all
really
done with Geno Stone, man?
Geno Stone?
I'm done with
talking about Geno Smith.
Geno Stone gotta go. Geno Stone gotta go.
He'll go somewhere. Like
he was a 1 year.
I don't think he's out the league type thing.
No,
like, I think if you're in a position where you don't have another option and it's like you need to fill a spot, like I would do that and then hope for the best. But
Geno Stone
I
did
don't know,
not
like
turn out to be what we thought he was going to be. He's not a good coverage safety at all. He's going to consistently get cooked by a wide receiver or a tight end. He's really good when they use him to blitz, like a edge rusher. That's the best thing he does. But in all honesty, all he was a ball hawk over there in the Ravens. He just fed off of all the other guys. He didn't do anything else.
Yeah, he was a Mike McDonald merchant. For sure. That's why, man. Mike McDonald, he got a lot of people paid that year, man. That's really
dude. Mike is a legitimate. Mike is the Kyle Shanahan of defensive coaches.
He is, bro. He really
or
is.
The McVays. My God, McVay lost every single offensive coordinator, quarterback coach is now a head coach now. Like that's insane.
They both are.
Coaching tree is insane.
It's crazy.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Zach Taylor is the worst on that list.
Hey, also, shout out to Demario Davis, man. I don't think he's retired yet, and I'm not gonna lie, get him in Dallas. Get Demario Davis now.
What a legend, Demario Davis. He's still with the Saints. Is he still with the Saints?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. He's he's kind of said that he wants to stay, but it's like, bro, can you just come to Dallas, please? Like, we need somebody like Demario Davis who's actually going to bring physicality, not just a bunch of freaking track runners at linebacker, dude. I'm tired of that. Yeah. I need a freaking enforcer, bro.
Yeah, facts.
Levante David, too's a free agent.
Levante David.
I'm gonna take Levante. Bobby's still doing it, man. Bobby needs to get in the Hall of Fame, bro.
I think Bobby's done though. I think he kind of lost a few steps, man. Now
he's done. Yeah,
he's done. But shout out to Bobby.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie though. Like we can get the senior citizens home in Dallas. I'll take Bobby. I'll take Levante, and I'll take Demario Davis, bro. That's how desperate we are for linebackers.
I like what's his name? That linebacker, which Upshaw, not Upshaw. What is his name?
Oh, Overshown. Yeah, no, he's good, but he's just never healthy, dude. And he's had two major knee injuries, and he's just like he's a track runner at linebacker. Like we need some enforcers that are physical. You know what I mean? If we had a guy like Demario. Levante is that. Yeah, if we had a guy like Demario Levante who was, being physical at the point of the attack and taking on blockers, and then Overshown could run free with a legitimate guy like that, kind of like how Patrick Queen was doing when you guys had that insane defense with Roquan. Yeah. If we had a guy like that with him, he'd be so much better.
Oh, Patrick Queen is also a free agent too. I could see him going somewhere.
Dude, I thought Patrick Queen had a pretty good season this year.
He did.
I can't lie. Like,
I think
Patrick Queen was good this year.
There's not really a good relationship right now with the Steelers. He out of there, so.
Yeah, I just feel like he's so good, or he's good enough and he's young enough to where he's going to be asking enough money. Because all I'm looking at it from the Dallas perspective, and it's like, I just don't know if we can really like justify that at this point.
Queen would be a good pickup for y'all, though. Honestly,
he would, but it's like, can we sign him? Can we sign him and get a couple more? Because we have so many holes on defense that it's like one person is not going to just bring this defense to average. Like we need safeties.
Yeah.
We need linebackers. We need safeties. We need edge rushers. And like even our corners are like a question mark, dude, at this point.
I think if you have to put on like 2 or 3 guys in the free agency, I really think is more so just focusing on that draft at that point. It's like how much money are y'all down to where you can just go in free agency and get all these, players, It's just like
I don't know the exact number, but we have Dak on $60 million, CD on a lot of money. Darren Bland just got paid $25 million. George Pickens probably not coming back. Oh my God,
really? Why not? I don't get that.
Because it's just like I just don't know if they're gonna be willing to pay him. I would bring him back because you
have to bring him back.
You have to.
Yeah, but if we bring him back though, we're not gonna be able to make any legitimate moves. Like even a guy like Demario Davis, Levante David would be out the picture. Like Patrick Queen would be completely out the picture if we got George Pickens, and it's the fact that he's having a career year, like he's gonna break the bank, dude. Like he's gonna make 35 to 40 million.
Dak needs to sacrifice some of his contract. He needs to.
Yeah,
I think he
60
definitely
million is
should, but
insane, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
he
He got to
ain't gonna
reconstruct that,
sacrifice it.
bro. He got to reconstruct that for sure. Like that's
Yeah.
He's not sacrificing it. He
If he
already
wants to-
did, and it didn't lead to anything. And so I feel like my theory on it is he took a pay cut, and then they didn't really do anything with it, and so I feel like now he's just like, dude, I don't care. Like I'm
yeah.
keeping my
Fuck
money.
y'all. Give me my money.
Like you guys didn't even do anything with the money that I gave you. So what's the point? You know what I mean? But it's an unfortunate
So
situation.
where if George Pickens, if he doesn't end up staying, where do we see him going then?
The Bills.
Oh God,
Yeah, the
please
Bills
don't
would be
go to the
insane.
Bills.
I keep
Jesus.
trying
Bills
to
would
put
be
every wide
insane.
receiver over there.
I know if he goes to the Bills, man, that offense would be insane.
Yeah, the
I
Bills
wouldn't
would
hate
be
the Ravens. I wouldn't hate the Ravens either, to be honest with you. I wouldn't hate the Ravens.
any
I would-
team
That'd
that
be
needs a
cool.
number
I
one.
would love George, but I would love.
Yeah.
I wanted George Pickens in the draft. We end up drafting some cornerback that's not even on our team anymore overhead.
Yeah.
I would have loved us to pick up George Pickens, man, in the draft. But yeah, I would love for us to get George Pickens. That would
Hey,
be
what's the name? Oh, I can't think. Oh, Denzel Ward. I also heard he was gonna be.
I heard about that too. Denzel
I would
Ward.
love that. He can go. I would love that.
Thanks. He's probably the best corner in our division.
Denzel Ward
Yeah.
should leave. I swear, any player that has a chance to leave the Browns should leave. I don't think I think the Browns should actually have no players on their team, and I firmly believe that.
Yeah, I feel bad for it. I
feel like-
don't, because a lot of them
I
stay
don't.
there.
I don't feel
and get
bad.
paid, so it's just like I don't feel bad.
No, I don't.
Like, Myles Garrett, I don't feel bad for it. Dude, you had your chance. You took the bread. Sorry.
Dude, he believed the BS that they were spewing, dude. Like,
Yeah.
come on, bro. Like,
Yeah.
what are we doing, Miles, bro?
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing, bro? Like, I don't know. I feel like it's beyond football why he wanted to stay. I feel like he's just comfortable there at this point.
Yeah.
And like he just because I mean, as much as we talk about winning and all this stuff, it's like, it'd be like, being 30 years old and living in the same place for 8 to 10 years in a job that you love with a family, or whatever. It's like some people just want to stay put. They don't want to. They don't want to go to a new place in a new city.
And
where
I don't
you
have a
gotta
problem
learn,
with it.
meet new people. Yeah, 100%.
I don't have a problem with it. As
either.
long as you're not bitching and complaining
Which is what
about
he does.
winning and all that, I don't want to.
Miles doesn't. I don't think Miles complains.
No. Miles B.
Does he?
Yeah, Miles
he
complains.
does. Like, especially in those press conferences and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's
All right,
one-
bro.
He won't hold his tongue. And I don't have a problem with players not holding their tongue, but it's like don't overdo it to the point where it's like, bro, you had a chance to leave and you didn't at the end of the day.
No, I feel that. 'Cause
That's
at
why
that
I want
point,
Max
it's just like-
Crosby to leave, because it's going to get to that point. And he was complaining a little bit too, but it's like you also
he
told-
is going to get to that point.
Like
Yeah.
you're going to complain, like they're all competitors, so I understand like you're going to like be mad that you're losing, but at the same token is like,
But
damn.
Miles has had so many chances to leave, bro. Like he's
yeah,
he's
that's what I'm
been in
saying.
the
He
league
has
10
so many
years.
chances. Absolutely.
Like, come on, bro. I don't know.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
Absolutely.
Like,
anybody
I get
would have
like
paid
you.
you $40 million a year. Anybody would have paid you that contract.
Exactly. Anybody would have. They would have threw a bag at Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
Teams would have
Dude,
been lined up.
a 10-year-old casual would have paid him.
Yeah,
Facts.
yeah, for sure. So I
Yeah.
don't want to hear it with Miles.
All right, let's move. Let's get to these. Let's get to these grades real quick. We're starting off with the NFC West. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I don't even want to because we don't have enough people, and there's not a lot of people.
Bama, what's good?
Oh,
What's good?
Bama! What's goody, bro? What's
My
goody, bro?
dog, yeah. Hey,
We're talking about tier list,
man,
baby.
PC, man. Y'all boys going crazy over there. PC, shout out to you, bro. And you need to bring back your
Type in.
up, man. Come on, man. Come on, Bama.
Yeah, shout out the boy. Shout out the boy. Friend of the show. Friend of the show. Oh, wait, Kenya, you're not a Buckeyes fan, are you?
See the Florida State.
No, I got family in Michigan.
Oh, is
Florida
that
State.
what Bama's talking about? Is Bama talking about Florida State? Because Florida State might be cooked too.
No, I am not a Buckeyes fan. I am no. I got family in Michigan. I don't rule that way. I am
You
not
know
a
who
Buckeyes.
it's you know who it's really over for, Bama? You know who it really
Yeah,
is
yeah.
over for?
He should be talking.
We done with the SEC.
Yeah, y'all
We
are
done with
cooked.
the SEC.
Y'all are cooked. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be bad.
Definitely got caught, man. Like it's crazy how the college football scenery is kind of changing now, man. It's like turning. It's like a turning point. It's crazy to see, man. It's crazy to see.
I was no, it ain't even
No,
like
I
I
wasn't.
hate Bama.
No, I was not.
Ken. Oh, you talk about Ken. I thought you talk about me. Yeah,
What
I
was
don't
the
even hate
serious?
Bama.
They still
We're
got
not
that old.
billions to got old money.
Gang, you got the car insurance money, my dog.
Yeah, old
Like,
money's
you
not new
ain't-
money.
It's the Texas, man. Texas got that oil, man. They got that oil, man. Bama, man. They got that oil. You know?
Yeah, they got that. They're still getting their money from the car places and all that stuff. No, that doesn't work anymore. You got like $600,000 to your name versus the 5 million, 10 millions of dollars that the other teams have.
And this NIL, man, it done messed up the SEC. You know, it done messed up Bama. It done messed up the smaller SEC schools. It's tough. Tough one, man.
The thing about Bama is, I'm not gonna lie, like it's just gonna be a different. It's if you guys are gonna win, I feel like you're gonna need a legitimate quarterback. I feel like the days of having like an insane defense are just kind of over, especially with DeBoer.
They didn't even have one. Like with
no, I'm saying the days of like the Saban defenses.
Okay, yeah, that's over.
Because Saban had really good offenses. I'm not saying he didn't have offenses. Gang, you do not have. Okay,
y'all like DeBoer as a head coach, by the way?
But you don't. No,
no.
I think DeBoer's a good coach. I just think it's like, I think the way that you win with DeBoer is you win with an elite offense because he's an offensive coach.
Yeah.
Like when Washington won, they won with an elite offense.
Yeah, that
unfortunately,
that like crazy. But Polk and what's his name?
Rome.
Rome.
They had Rome. They had Rome, Polk, and Macmillan. And
they did have Macmillan that year too. Oh my god.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Jeremy was insane this year. Board's a good coach. He doesn't know how to coach. Well, I feel like honestly too. I don't know. Like that receiving core that he had was insane. I just feel like I don't know. I feel like Ryan's gonna have to come back. Ryan's gonna have to step back up to who he was because Ryan's got all the talent in the world. I think he's still, top 3 most talented wide receiver in college right now. I do have Cam Coleman over him though.
Yeah,
but I think Jeremiah Smith and Coleman. I think Ryan Williams is right there though. The problem with Ryan honestly was he was just missing catches.
He was,
and I feel like, and I've talked about this with you, Bama, but I feel like also Jeremy Bernard pretty much took away all of the, any sort of
one this year.
Well, because any sort of short intermediate pass play would just go into Bernard. So it's like Williams became your just major deep threat, which is the best part of his game. But like he was missing drops, and also Ty Simpson has a little noodle arm as well. So you couldn't even really show.
Yeah, but what made it worse to me was that Williams was significantly worse with the quarterback who I think is a better passer than he was with Jalen Milroe, and that didn't make no sense to me, like at all.
Well, I think that was because as I said, I think Bernard kind of took all of the intermediate easy plays, and then Ryan Williams became the deep ball guy. He goes in a stretch where he's dropping passes, and then Ty Simpson has a noodle arm, so he can't even get the best out of him either. Right. I think it's a whole combination stuff, because as much as we want to hate on Miller could still chuck that thing.
Yeah, he was just throwing it up.
Big
arm. He could still chuck it.
Yeah.
The Vanderbilt game, whatever game, I think, was it the Vanderbilt game where
the Georgia game? It was a Georgia game.
It was Georgia when he's doing
the Georgia game.
Back in.
Yeah. So he's making crazy throws. I don't think that Bama's going to just become some bum program either. That's like, I think they're always going to be like a top 10 level team, and they're going to be, because as much as, and that's the other thing. This is the last point that I have, and then we'll save the NFC West grades for later when everyone's here. But like, dude, I think if you look at DeBoer's tenure, you can't compare it to Saban. Okay, people want to compare it to Saban. Like, you're talking about, okay, first year was underwhelming. Then this year, it's been 2 years, right? So first year was underwhelming. Then this year, they make it to the SEC championship game, and they get blown out, obviously, against Georgia. The problem is that they lost to Georgia and got blown out, and that's their biggest rival school. So it makes them look way worse, right? But you're talking about a guy that's got to basically rebuild a program. Obviously, he still has talent, but he's got to build the program into what he wants. He's got to get his guys. So I honestly believe that DeBoer's still a good coach. I think people saying they're trying to fire DeBoer. It's just grass is greener
It's
on the
too
other
early.
side.
Like, damn, why can't we give a coach like 3 or 5, 3 years?
Alabama fans are spoiled and they want more championships than they want them now. They don't want to wait 3 to 5 years.
I get it, but it's like he just came off of a natty 3 years ago. He's shown that he's a great coach, that he has a great scheme. He's an offensive guy. Like, if you look at his rosters, they haven't been nothing crazy. The quarterback position hasn't been anything crazy. The defense has always been pretty solid. Last year was kind of but like the year before that, it was a solid defense. Like, I like DeBoer. I think DeBoer good. I think he's cool. He's just got.
I think it takes a lot longer to build a system than people
For
think. And it's
sure.
like even Nick Saban, bro, went freaking. He did not have a good record his first year, and then the second year. Then they hit the stride, and then they were competing for titles. But like, not everyone is Nick Saban either. So it's like, yeah, I don't know, but he needs better staff. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. It takes time, though. It takes time.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, and I don't know. I feel like, Ty was just. I feel like defenses just figured out Ty, where it was like, all right, gang, we're just taking away intermediate short passes. Beat us with your arm. And he couldn't.
Yeah,
I gotta do my research on Keelan, Bama. I don't really know.
So do
I gotta do my research on him.
But that's the thing that Bama does, which only Bama can do. It's like, bro, I'm not gonna lie. When it comes to these true freshmen out of high school guys, I'm not putting any judgment on them. Like even a guy like Quinn Ewers or like Justin Fields or like these freaking 5-star guys like
from Michigan.
Dude, yeah, that was the biggest reason why everybody who was glazing arch talking about Heisman. I could never get on board with that because, like, bro, we've never seen him play college football. Exactly. I'm not going to believe it. Yeah. And there's some guys that can go out and do that, but it's like the best example to me is Cam Newton. And I think Cam Newton I think there's a chance that Cam Newton could have been like, he could have carried those Florida teams, or not carried, but he could have brought those Florida teams to like legitimate championship conversations when he was young. We're talking about a guy who couldn't get on the field. Obviously, he had Tebow, but Cam Newton's supremely talented. Goes to community college, comes back as a junior or senior, and has the best season of all time, and is, in my opinion, the best college football quarterback ever. So I don't know. I just think it takes time. 125-4 is crazy.
Yeah, 125.
Where did he play though?
At Duncanville, that's a
Duncanville.
Duncanville. That's a pretty like big.
So it's
high school ball program.
So it's not the Arch Manning. I play in 3A in Louisiana. Like we're playing. Okay.
Because we're in Cali. Duncanville's in Cali, right? Or is that Georgia? One or two?
All right. I might be bought in on that. But yeah, with that, is another
4 years. 125, 4 picks in 4 years is actually crazy.
No, yeah, that's facts.
That's
another episode of the Open Field Podcast. We're gonna cut it short today because we don't got a lot of people. Shout out to Bama as always.
Oh, Bama.
Hopefully we see you in here. Bama, if you ever want to come on and you're free 5:30 or 8:30 Eastern on Thursdays, you can always pull up. Let me know.
Wow.
Texas, okay. Texas. I've heard of that high school though. Yeah, okay.
But yeah, we will see you guys in the next one. Drop a like on the vid. You know what I'm saying? Peace.